Well, what is the disinformation industry but Salem witch trials, algorithmic and automated? Really? I mean, the people who brought you the witch trials, bringing you the disinformation complex, is the least surprising development or historical progression ever. Um, the even the COVID thing that we were talking about earlier, even the world of bioweaponry and biodefense has a New England angle. I mean, there was a Harvard professor who got arrested going back and forth between China and Harvard. Um, our academic self-image is really encoded in that New England landscape and in that New England culture. And that's the reason it propagates so thoroughly, I think, because our first institutions of sort of higher learning and higher culture were there, and they continue to be prestigious. I mean, who would have guessed that Harvard University would be able to defend its turf so successfully, so wonderfully successfully through so many changes? I mean, from before there was a United States, there was a Harvard, and frankly, there was a Yale too, and others. But they really, of all the American institutions that have risen and fallen, Detroit, the great manufacturing behemoth, Chicago, the broad-shouldered city, and all other institutions that have come and gone, those Ivy League universities have held their own. They've gotten richer, bigger, more influential. They are now in defense. They are in every form of industry and commerce. They're not shrinking violets hanging back there doing academic studies anymore. They're muscular research facilities that are at the very heart of American power. And, here's to them in some horrible way, because they've gone from strength to strength. And the bell tower, maybe our symbol shouldn't be the little white chapel, but the bell tower of the Ivy League University, because it continues to be, in a weird way, the center of our power and our prestige and our self-image. And it's where everything from bioweapon research to disinformation research to Facebook in the dorm room at Harvard all comes from.
It's true, and you think about the Salem, the whole mania over masking. Don't you think there is? I mean, or that there's a little bit of scarlet letter in that too. Like, there's the person who's not wearing, who's got the secret sin. They're not properly adorned. The fear that someone is stepping out of line somewhere. We love to live in, sort of surrounded by communal panic. It's like, part of us. It freaked me out the way the masking thing just took off, really without a whole lot of a push from the scientific community even, it's still going on because people like to wear it as a cultural signifier, which is just it's so American in so many different ways.